some of y'all jerks. Everybody listen. Who messed for us? Alright, some of y'all jerk when you stop. It's real food. As soon as you get ooh, alright, you just ooh. Just like that. It ain't gotta be ooh. Real, this is the end. This is the end. Okay, so the premise of this scene, we are home. Again, the show is redefining home. We literally went from this house that was crazy to now we are home.
Y'all are in the pattern that y'all exit out on, yes? Okay. Your second number is 11. Okay, so after that sequence, you're going to do the triangle. Okay, so here to 3.
Oh man, Runaway. The concept for Runaway, we put some time in on that. It was around the time when we found out Donald Trump wanted to run for president. So he wasn't even running for president yet. Our last show was, I think, September 2015. It's been so long, I can't even remember. The Looking Glass. It was before The Looking Glass that we had the concept for Runaway. At that time, it was titled something totally different. But me and Chelsea Allen, we wanted to talk about people who didn't belong in a certain space. We wanted to talk about people who didn't feel like they belonged wherever they were. So once Donald Trump came around, it was kind of like he literally sat and said, there are people, immigrants, people around the world who don't belong. And so that hyped us up. We were like, refugees was one of our keywords, refugees. I remember we wanted to fly Fashion to Find Out to Ghana, do service work, do all of that. We really wanted the show to be very political. But it came down to when we finally moved the show to Charlotte. We were trying to figure out, how can we make this more intimate? How can we make this mean more to people around us? We just don't want to do something cliche and try to make a statement, but let's just tap into the hearts. And so moving to Charlotte, seeing the homelessness, how it affects the city, how it's a part of the city. We then tapped in. We found out we can't cure homelessness, but what can we do to prevent homelessness? What can we say, what idea, what concept can we put forward to then prevent homelessness instead of curing it? So in preventing homelessness, we look at not just adults who are homeless and seeing how they live, but these adults as children when they became homeless. When you become homeless, you're a certain age. It can start at 1 year old. It can start at birth. It can start in elementary school, middle school, high school. And those are, again, those pivotal points when you find yourself. And we want you to be confident. One thing that stands high for those type of children is running away. And so the idea of running away being one of the main steps, a high percentage step to then becoming homeless, that's where the title of the show came from.
1, 2, 3, go!
It kind of goes off of your entrance. Yeah. Okay. What was your number? 5 and 13?
My talent is to be able to bring a group of individuals together, form a perfect visual, or a visual that makes sense to the concept of the year. Being able to teach them how to become better in what they do. So teaching my models how to walk a perfect runway, how to show emotion in what we want to portray.
I'm Dakota Smith. I'm 17. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I moved to Charlotte when I was younger. Still go back a lot, so I consider Brooklyn home. And now then I moved to Gastonia, so I'm like Charlotte, Gastonia. I'm important to the show because I am the main character in the show who is lost and is trying to find his way. So starting out when Bryant first pitched to me, it took him like a whole live 6 to 10 minutes for him to explain the whole show to me, because Bryant loves to talk. There's nothing wrong with it, but he loves to talk. And I was like, okay, is it a play? Is it a fashion show? And he was like, it's a concept show. I'm like, well, I don't know what a concept show is. And then he explained it to me. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So first day of practice, I was feeling real like uncomfortable because it was just a white room, and I had just met the other creative director, Nina, and she looked really intimidating. And it was just her and Bryant. And I was like, is she older? Is she younger? She looks like she's leading everything, but she looks like she'd be in high school, but she looks like she's really important. And I just kind of sat in the back for a minute and just watched all the models do their thing. And I was just looking over my writing, thinking I had to say something. And then Bryant explained my part a little bit more. And over the next few practices, he explained it, and then I really felt a part of them after like the first week.
Let me talk to you. Second verse. Run with me. Hey, you got me. What you ain't saying?
I think the favorite moment was probably the first day of practice. That was a struggle in itself. And the biggest fear was we're moving to this new city, we're moving to this area where no one knows who we are, no one knows what a concept show is, no one is coming on board with the expectation of what we want from them. They're thinking traditional fashion show, traditional walking. So to have these 2 model calls, to have these 31 amazing models plus an entire cast of other talent be so dedicated, that was the best feeling in the world. So to get there day one, everyone's dressed in all black, everyone's serious, everyone's just anticipating what we're here to teach them that was incredible.
We got 3 photographers walking around, either be me, Nina, Will, Chris somewhere. Even if it's yourself with your phone. Even if it's yourself with your phone. Alright? We want to build that camaraderie and build that exposure. We're going to utilize these pictures as best as possible. I don't know if your birthday done passed, if an anniversary done passed, if you got something coming up in the future. The show does not end on 2/23. After 2/23, we continue to love y'all to death. Alright? So even after that, we still want to have material we can showboat whoever you are. Alright? So your goal is from now for the next 15-20 minutes, get at least one dope picture for us to have, for Fashion to Find to have. So we can blow y'all Instagram up, get y'all. We promise about 1 follower. I'll follow y'all. But other than that, we want to have a good time.
Because you don't need to be on the back of somebody's too. So slow down, get your space right, you have enough time.
I realized we also on our time, we have to like walk before our cues than what we usually walk.
So
the stairs.
which we were never taught. So they're not counting. She said 2 counts. Actually, on 2 counts ahead. Yeah, walking the actual stairs. Right. She said you still take the first step. You still take the first step on your count, but do not count the stairs. So your new one starts at when you hit the stage.
So our cue that we remember in the
It's
room
still the
is
same.
the
It's
stairs.
the stairs.
But it's at
So
the
that
top
would
of
be
the stairs versus the bottom.
Old National got the skanks. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Check it. Well, it's the M.I. letter. Ain't no better. And when I'm on the
I'm trying to figure out what was the main problem that we need to fix.
People walking on the right side of the stairs.
Don't make it too good.
I don't make it back to my door
Oh, okay.
before they go out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't make it back to my door before they go out.
And that's fine. That's why you go onto the right side.
So like, let's do the wall all around and also put up stairs.
And I'm also changing that too, so y'all are fine. I'm making it easier on y'all.
Time every night. I get home late, but I really love y'all. Like, y'all made quitting track and doing things that I really love. Yes, I hated track. Y'all did everything great, and it was really great meeting y'all. My first day I saw Nina, I thought she was a high school student, but she looked kind of weird. She kind of scared me a little bit because she was intimidating. But like, y'all are like really great. So yeah. We're gonna have an amazing show.
You can't say that now.
You sure got 8:30 a.m. call?
Stop stressing out, sir. I felt the stress. I can't get everybody a hug. They don't know I love y'all because they're singing for me. We gonna pop it.
When we send that message out,